Now let's finish our exercise. What about triangle F? As you can see, the two signs right here and the two angles have been given the same name. So the two angles are equal. This triangle here is an isosceles triangle. So how can we find the missing angles? First, let's subtract 32 from 180. The number we get, we will divide by 2 because that degrees were split equally between the two angles. So subtract 32 from 180, you get 148. 148 will be split between the two angles equally because they are equal. So divide by 2, each angle will be 74. Now G. Again we have an isosceles triangle because as you can see the two sides are equal from this sign. The two sides are equal, so the two angles here are also equal. So G equals 66. Now to find Y, all we need to do is to add 66 to 66, which will give us 132, and then subtract 132 from 180 to get Y. So Y will be equal to 48. Now H. We have again an isosceles triangle. From the signs here, from the little signs on the two sides, we can clearly see that we have an isosceles triangle. Two equal sides, two equal angles. So H equals 20. To find W, we add 20 to 20, that's 40 degrees, and we subtract 40 from 180, so W equals 140 degrees. Now the last one, I. It's similar to F. As you can see here, the question here or the exercise is trying to trick you. They did not show you the signs we usually do for isosceles triangle. But here you can clearly see that two angles have the same name. That means they are equal. If the two angles here are equal, then the two sides are equal. Then we are talking about isosceles triangle. Okay, now to find the missing angles, first we need to subtract 54 from 180. We subtract it, and then we will divide whatever we get by 2. So at first I subtracted 54 from 180 to get 126. Those 126 degrees are split equally between the two angles because they are equal. So I equals 63. Each one equals 63 degrees.